It's the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Seattle Mariners. Nothing better than pregame festivities for the World Series. Game 3 is coming up next. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We're looking forward to what's sure to be a dramatic Game 3, Chris.
Well, when a team starts a series on the road and comes away with a split in the first 2 games, they've essentially taken over home field advantage. So the last thing these guys want to do now is give it right back by dropping this one. And these fans know that just as much as the players.
And the atmosphere here is electric. And this figures to be about as intense as postseason baseball gets. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set, towing the slab in today's game. George Kirby, what do we have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
That's in there, and a count 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And the slider just misses. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Up and in, and now it's 3-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. And that drops in for a strike. Ozuna with a couple of homers in his last game. 1 out, bases empty. Next offering popped in the air, right field, and there's 2 away. This offense ready for Game 3 of the World Series. Let's take a look at the lineup.
Well, they're ready to perform in the biggest game of their season. We expect to see smart at-bats from them today. It's a battle-tested group, Boog, and they know what's on the line in this one.
2 down, bases empty, and now Ketel Marte. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. He makes the grab, and that is that. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Back at T-Mobile Park. And today's starter, Eduardo Rodriguez. What do you have on him?
Well, last time out, picked up the win, didn't allow a run, pitched extremely well. He doesn't have to be perfect, but if he can give another performance like last time out, his team will be happy.
Here's Josh Naylor. Rodriguez was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound. In for a strike. It's 0-1.
No question did he earn that Pitcher of the Month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those, and you can expect some other hardware on the mantle.
Right through there for a strike.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Struck him out without a swing. That was pretty nasty.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to stay on. You don't want to get beat inside, and as you see that pitch continue to run away from you, by the time it's in the catcher's mitt, you think it's a ball off the plate away.
So digging in, J.P. Crawford. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one back there, and it hits the fence. Into second, and he's got a double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
1 out, runner at second. Brendan Donovan up next for the Mariners. That smash towards center. Lunges for it, but it drops for a hit. In there safely.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh. The other way, base hit right field. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. Ripped to right. Carroll hauls it in for the out. And there are 2 outs.
That is good. No left field.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in.
And he's got it in right field for the 3rd out, so that'll do it. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 1-0 ball game. You're watching the World Series on the show. World Series Game 3. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll. Kirby back to work. And that misses. And it's 1-0. The atmosphere around postseason baseball, there really isn't anything like it in the sport. It's the time of year where the rally towels come out and the crowd energy gets cranked up even higher. 2-0 the count. Here it comes. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
You look up in the stands in games like this, you just see a giant mass of color. Everything just blurs together, and it can be hard as a player not to get distracted by that kind of energy.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Outside, and that is ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now up next for Arizona, Pavin Smith. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Smith matched a homer in his last game. That one drilled left field, and that's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Carroll headed for the plate. He'll score and then tie it. Rodriguez hustles to get it in, and the lead runner puts on the brakes at second.
Comes through with the RBI. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Castillo getting ready to hit. And there's a foul ball. 1 on, nobody out, a run in here in Game 3 of the World Series.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Popped up, Kirby. And there's one down. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Sosa now at the plate. Pitch misses. 1-0. And a swing and a miss.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Man at second. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. And a swing and a miss. 2 gone.
Well, really expanded the zone right there with that fastball off the outside corner of the plate. Got him to chase it. That's a tough one to lay off of because it starts close to you and just continues to run away from you in that batter's box. So it's a really nice pitch with 2 strikes.
Here's Gurriel. And that's too high.
Okay.
Gurriel with a homer in his last game. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe. It's 2-1.
He was all over that one. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And the batter now, Drew Jones. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Catches, stumbles, hangs on.
Well, you're holding your breath on that one. Sometimes you get caught in between. He stumbled a little bit, but kept his concentration. Nice catch to end the inning.
We head to the bottom of the second, and now the right fielder, Alex Call. And a strike on the outside edge.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Fought off foul. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Smith hauls it in, and there's one away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
In now is the Mariners DH, Lars Montez. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, he doesn't love it.
Now this one is hammered way back there. On its way and gone. And we are tied. He'll circle the bases, and we're all square. It's 2-2.
Wow, what a clutch swing right there. And now anything can happen in this game. He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
Cole Young up next for the Mariners. That one pulled foul. Base knock center field. Now he'll turn for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The relay throw. Not in time. He's safe.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Even though center fielders are amazing at tracking down balls these days, there's still a lot of room out there, and it's a big field. So if you hammer one to center like that, there's a decent chance you're picking up extra bases.
So the lineup flips over. Josh Naylor will hit next. Fastball for a strike at 95. Young takes his lead at third with one away. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Ozuna should have it. And he makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. Throw is offline and he scores. It's 3-2.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. Doubled in his first AB. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. He swings and fouls one off. That misses the zone. Gonna count 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. The shortstop takes the ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Got it. And that'll do it. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them left the yard. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the Mariners 3 and the Diamondbacks 2. Top half of the third inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Perdomo playing up the middle at short, hitting leadoff in today's game. And he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. That's down and in. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. On the ground, right side. Young. Over to first. Great pick.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. Out to short. Crawford. Now the throw to first on the run. And they get the out. Here's Ketel Marte. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Rodriguez makes the play, and it's out number 3. Nothing doing for the offense that time. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Mariners 3 and the Diamondbacks 2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Mariners, Brendan Donovan. First offering, and it just misses.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Late with the swing there.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Next pitch is downstairs.
Excellent arm action on that two-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Swing at a high fly ball. That's out to center. Ozuna makes the catch, inning over. Back in Seattle, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Corbin Carroll. That one's in there. 0-1.
You know, these D-backs just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Next offering is in for a strike. And ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next one misses, and the count is even 2-2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Caught him looking for the K.
Well, you could tell he wasn't expecting that ball to break back in on him. He may have been looking for something away, maybe something soft, but that slider on the inside corner absolutely froze him.
Next up for the Diamondbacks, Pavin Smith. A double and a run scored his first time up. Ground ball right side, and that one handled. Throws to first in time. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. Now the D-backs catcher, Adrian Castillo. Foul ball. Strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
And that one popped to short. Crawford makes the play, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Mariners 3 and the Diamondbacks 2. And we're back. Bottom of the 4th, and now for Seattle, Randy Arozarena. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a ground ball, and that's a fair ball. It's in and out of his glove, and he's into second with nobody out.
Well, he found himself behind an account right there, but he didn't give in. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Now it's the right fielder, Alex Call. Chop to third, Sosa. Tosses to first. One out in the bottom of the fourth. So now here's the DH, Lars Montez. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1. Runner breaks for third. Pitch is high. To third. Tag. Got him.
Well, I could see he had a big lead out there at second base, so it wasn't a shock when he took off. But trying to steal third right there, it's kind of risky, man. You're already in scoring position, so you've got to make sure that you can make it there safely. That wasn't the case.
That one missed. 2 down, nobody on. Here in Game 3 of the World Series. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 4-2.
Get as many high fives as possible, man. This guy's a ball of energy right now and having the game of his life.
So up next, Cole Young. He tripled and scored his first time. Lifted in the air down the left side, and that'll get down for a hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order. And now it's Josh Naylor. And that one just missed off the outside edge. Young off of first with 2 away. And that one fouled off. Outside with a breaking ball.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Step off throw to first. And he's back in there. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout. Solo blast adds to the Seattle lead. It's now 4-2. This is the World Series on the show. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Kirby back to work. Fouled off down the right side.
Well, these Diamondbacks, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
No ball, 2 strikes.
See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
And it's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Gurriel gets a piece. The M's leading by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it one-hops the wall. Around first, heading for two. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. One out. Runner at second. Jones digs in now. Up and in. Ball one. Runner at second here. One gone. That one finds the corner. And it's 1-1.
Nope.
Right through there for a strike. On the ground to first. Boots it. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single. So the batting order turns over. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 0 for 2 in this one. Fair ball. The run scores from third. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1. The second run scores. It's 4-4.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Go ahead run on base. Here's Marcell Ozuna. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Throw to second, save. Still only one out here in the inning. Check swing, and he went. No balls, 2 strikes.
0-2.
Ball one there.
2 strikes. Ball.
Squirts away a little bit. The tag at third, and he's out.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut it down. If it gets caught stealing there, takes himself out of scoring position.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that is that. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now tied 4-4. World Series Game 3. And stepping in for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford. There's a strike.
Well, these Mariners, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Tied at 4. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And that just misses.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
And it finds its way through for a hit. And a good start to the inning. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's the third baseman, Brendan Donovan. The pitch. Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Sliced hard but foul. That one is absolutely belted. And it's off the wall. In comes the run from second. And it's an RBI single, and it's now 5-4.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Out in front and foul to the left side. Man at first, one away. Swings here and drives one well left field. Way back, and you can forget it. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 7-4. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
Base is empty, one away. Now it's Randy Arozarena. 1 for 2. Torey Lovullo is out of the dugout, and he's going to make a move here. Ryan Yarbrough gets the ball now. He's into the game with the bases empty. Right through there for a strike. A little bit low.
That's a ball.
And this is inside. There's a swing and a drive. And a foul ball. Two. And that one in the air center field. Ozuna should have it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. And now the right fielder, Alex Call. In there at the knees, 0-1. 2 gone, base is empty, but 3 runs across. Last half of inning number 5. Hot shot to third. Whips it to Smith, and that is the inning. 2 come in on this Seattle homer. It's now 7-4. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now, here's the switch-hitting power threat, Ketel Marte. Just missed. Marte, in his 12th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he won the Silver Slugger at his position in the National League last year. Toss to Naylor. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
This is Corbin Carroll. A strikeout and a walk. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Call. Makes the catch. 2 down.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Smith stands in now and watches strike 1.
Tough spot right here. Quick inning, 2 quick outs. You got to be patient, but you also have to be somewhat aggressive to not miss your pitch early in the count.
Swing and a miss. Kirby gets the strikeout. So 1-2-3 go the Diamondbacks. And they're on the wrong end of a 7-4 score. And next is the designated hitter, Lars Montez. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. And at first, Cole Young up next for the Mariners. There's a strike. Montez aboard here at first with nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back. And out of here. That should put a jolt into this home crowd. And they add to the lead. It's 9-4.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Back to the top of the lineup, Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners. Late swing, foul to the left. On the ground to third. Whips it to Smith. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Now it's the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Well struck, right field, going back. And brings it in at the wall.
That's a really nice job right there. Great awareness, making the catch up against the wall. You see the perfect technique, feeling for the wall with the bare hand while keeping his eyes on the baseball as it's coming down, his glove in a good position to make the catch. That's exactly how you do it.
Donovan in the box now. No balls and a strike. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in Game 3 of the World Series. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And that's down and away.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's opened up now, 9-4. Back at T-Mobile Park, and now the catcher comes up to him. Adrian Castillo. And ball 1. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Hit in the air, center field. Rodriguez in position. Puts it away for the out. And here is Sosa to the plate. There's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Fastball for a strike. That catches the top part of the zone. 0-2 now. And that one popped in the air, left field. Rosarena makes the grab. 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Gurriel in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Gurriel gets a piece. Swing and a high fly ball in the air, left field. Rosarena sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. And that's the 3rd out. John Curtis into the game.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And that one pulled foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Fly ball to right. Carroll hauls it in for the out. 1 down. And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. And that's in for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Bases empty, 1 away here in the late stages of Game 3. Tied him up on a fastball inside.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing.
Oh, that pitch got away from him, and that's a hit by pitch. Alex Call up next for the Mariners. Just missed. In the air, right field. Carroll on the move. And makes the grab. And that's the inning. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. 8th inning coming up. It's the M's 9 and the Diamondbacks 4. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Edward Bizardo.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Jones at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. That one hammered left field, way back there. Out of here. A solo shot. It's 9-5. 2 pitches, 2 swings, that one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. And first offering is fouled off. Fouled off left side.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. Way back there. And out of here. And they cut into the deficit. It's 9-6.
That home run narrows the gap between these two. This one isn't over yet. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Next to hit for Arizona, Marcell Ozuna. Misses inside, and that's ball 1. And that drops in for a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning here in Game 3 of the World Series. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit, and the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
Marte, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Hit in the air out to center field. Rodriguez sizing this one up. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Arizona, Corbin Carroll. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
And now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. Now up next for Arizona, Pavin Smith. Missing inside, and that's ball 1.
Here's a run-scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. You get to the 9th, you got a lockdown closer ready to come in.
Just missed. And it is 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Yep, that ball went out.
Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
That one pushed to the left and foul.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
3-2. The pitch is outside. And ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Digging in, Adrian Castillo. And strike 1 to the catcher.
There was a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. stays alive. Tying run at the plate. And that's downstairs. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
2-2 now. And that one is inside.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Edmundo Sosa on deck for Arizona. The tying run at the plate. Strike 3, got him swinging. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But 2 round trippers in this inning, the long ball was working. It's now a 9-6 ball game. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, number 27.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Montez
Ball 1, no
in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Strikes him out, went with the sweeper, and it worked. Now here is Cole Young. He's already homered in this game. And that one a little below the knees. And that is ball 1. Just missed.
2 balls, no strikes.
Line drive. Ozuna snags it. 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And first offering is fouled off. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Right down to shoot. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the Mariners set down 1-2-3. Nobody left for Seattle, and they won't add to their 9-6 lead. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Matt Brash.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
1 up, 1 down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
He's 2 outs away. Next up for the Diamondbacks, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And first offering is fouled off. And there's a ball.
1-1.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the late stages of game 3. Swings through that.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
The 1-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
You know, Berg, you often think a slider's more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones have both vertical depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. Good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
Jones in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Swing and a ball hammered left field, way back there. And gone! Another homer. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game. And they close the gap. It's 9-7.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Way inside.
2-1.
Gets under it and pops it up. Naylor. He's got it. Ball game. And the Mariners slug their way to a win in this one.
Game threes are very critical when you have a series tied at 1-1 because you put yourself up. Anytime you go down, you're always chasing. When you're up in the series, you feel like you're in the driver's seat. Nice win today.
And 9-7 is the final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.